Alright, you guys, what it is, today I am back with another video, and today I will be discussing Sakura, the strongest kunoichi. Now, I know it's been a minute since I've actually made a video, and I do apologize for that, and I do need to get better with uploading, but like I said, just bear with me, I'm doing the best I can, got work and other responsibilities. But I will be trying to make more consistent uploads. Now, apart from all that, like I said, today I wanted to discuss or not discuss, but do a Sakura power scale. And I know, a lot of people are gonna come up there with the good old fashioned memes and saying Sakura's useless and she's trash and yada yada yada. And I understand all of that. I understand your point of view and stuff like that. But like I said, I couldn't care less. I'm more worried about, or rather, more in the discussion about her feats and how much power she possesses when I do her versus battle later on. Now, of course, with that being said, I have to say, useless memes aside, I'm not really going to go over pretty much anything that she did in part one, just for the main purpose of the fact that in kind of part one and the early part of the Naruto manga, she kind of didn't do anything at all. And I know that seems a little, like I'm just trying to downplay her, but like I said, that's just simple fact. In part one, the only thing that she really managed to do was finish the tree climbing exercise faster than both the prodigy Sasuke and Naruto. But that's not really that much in terms of dealing with like attack potency, durability. It's not really a power skill. It just was built up for Kishimoto kind of tell you like, yeah, she has much better chakra control, which is built up long before then. And of course, she even shown in her fight against Ino that she has this, I guess, weird ability to be able to create a second mind within her own mind, which was able to repel Ino's mind control jutsu, or mind transfer jutsu, sorry. She was able to do that, and that's impressive, as well as show that she can nullify genjutsu, that even certain tuning and stuff were getting called in. So she does have skills, but it's not really much in the way of her overall power. She doesn't really do anything until Shippuden, and even in Shippuden, the very first appearance she goes in isn't really much to go off of, but I do have to feel like it's necessary to go over it and kind of both praise and kind of dismiss certain points, such as the fact that, yeah, she was, in the end, she was able to beat Sorcery, but throughout the entire fight, she constantly needed help from Chiyo, to the point that, like, at the very beginning of the fight, they were actually Chiyo was using Sakura almost like a human puppet, and every time Sakura needed help, she would maneuver Sakura out of the way and help her dodge a lot of the needles. As well as the fact that even Chiyo herself blatantly stated in their fight against Sorcery that as soon as Sorcery got a little serious and had to use the third Kazekage, even she herself said that, yeah, saying he is too much for you saying it's too much for you to deal with, and that she should run away. Though, like I said, she was in that same moment able to actually do some work against it, but for the most part, it's shown that, yeah, Sorcery was much stronger than she was. And yet again, for the final kind of dismissal of this whole battle, is the fact that a lot of you think that Sakura beat her, or that Sakura beat him, or that Sorcery's fought her, but Sorcery, sorry, mix it there, actually let himself die after, as stated by Chiyo, that he read, that Sorcery had read her final move and just decided not to dodge, showing he was practically just like, fuck it, just kill me. So it's not really much to go in that. Now, that's yet again not trying to say that Sakura's fought or anything, or even trying to dismiss it, because she was able to deal with numerous attacks from Sorcery using the third Kazekage, which was stated to be the strongest Kazekage, even stronger than the fourth, who oftentimes will use his own sand ability to counteract the one-tailed Shikaku. So it's not really much of an anti-feat, but it is kind of like a middle ground where she was able to deal with numerous blows from it, but at the same time, when Sorcery got more serious, because he was trying to conserve chakra, when he got more serious and used stuff like the Black Sphere, she was kind of at a disadvantage, needed help from Chiyo throughout the fight. So, kind of mixed feeling. But like I said, it's not really much of an anti-feat, it's just kind of like a middle feat. But yet again, this still is extremely early Sakura, who didn't really do anything after that for the majority part. But she does later on go into what I would say like her true stuff that she should have been at from the very beginning of the series, and that is, of course, the fact that Sakura, during the war, was finally able to unleash the seal and place it on her forehead, which, by the way, is extreme considering it causes her to use or to send almost 80% of her chakra to it all the time, to the point she can faint just from simply walking long distances. But after she finally doesn't need to actually constantly send chakra to her forehead, massive amount of chakra to her forehead, and is able to use her 100% full string, she then does one thing and clears out a massive crowd of 10-tailed spawn, essentially. And that one punch, okay, she did that with a single punch, was so great to the point that even the first Hokage actually believed that she had strength that could be greater than Tsunade's. Now, I know a lot of people tend to try and discredit it here because they say, well, how will Hashirama know how strong Tsunade got? And I do tend to agree with that statement because, you know, her prime would have been after or long after he had died. But regardless, I feel like it's one of those things where author's intent needs to be implied here, where there's a reason why he threw that line in there in the first place, and it's even backed up by this whole three-way deadlock, and even the third Hokage saying it's like the Sannin, as well as the fact that being compared to Tsunade is a great accomplishment in terms of Sakura, considering Tsunade is the same fighter who was actually able to damage the rib cage of Madara Uchiha numerous times during the battle. And even when Madara decided to get a little bit more serious and create clones and stuff that were using Susanoo, it was actually Tsunade that was putting in, Tsunade and Oniki, of course, they're actually going through and putting in the most work when it came to it. Such as Tsunade actually being able to down a few of these walking full body first form Susanoos that Madara was producing, while actually managing to do all this while having multiple Susanoo piercer. She still was able to down a few of them. Yet again, this is extremely impressive considering these Susanoos were also able to take a Hiradora from 7th Gate Guy. Now, this is impressive because the Hiradora that 7th Gate Guy did on Kisame that was actually able to eclipse the island, was actually Guy actually suppressing himself, considering he wasn't trying to kill Kisame, but deal enough damage to him just to the point he would stop moving so that he could be captured. This is extremely impressive considering, like I said, that he later does it on Madara with the intent to do damage, and it does nothing while Tsunade is able to put them down. And if Sakura is shown to be greater in terms of physical strength, she should easily, with attack potency, be able to scale to around some country level, small country level, not even a bit higher through other means. Now, onto her speed. Now, this is kind of where things people may tend to kind of disagree with me on certain things, but like I said, just kind of hear me out with this. Now, when it comes to her speed, Sakura should really scale only to being about a lightning timer throughout the series. If not, you can make arguments so that maybe she's a little bit faster, but in turn, she doesn't really have anything to put her really anywhere near things such as light speed or anything of that manner. Now, I know, like I said, it's gonna ruffle a few feathers for the Sakura fans out there, but just hear me out. Now, like I said, she is oftentimes compared to being the strength of Tsunade, but it's never ever stated that she's comparable in terms of speed or anything else. But even if you say that she's greater than Tsunade in every attribute, even Madara himself blatantly says that she's not as fast as the Raikage, but she has greater strength. But the fact that being scalable or not even being as fast as the Raikage isn't shows that she being around lightning timer is about the best she could really get, is simply because even the Raikage, at least going by the data books, was stated that using his first form Lariat anyway, he was around anywhere between relative missing to light speed. And yet again, like I said, Tsunade doesn't seem to be able to scale to that in terms of speed, meaning that Sakura wouldn't be able to scale to that in speed either. And I know you're going to say, well, no, that means it doesn't compare to its full speed, but yet again, that doesn't really make any sense considering the Raikage and KCM Naruto, when they first encountered, Tsunade was extremely impressed with how fast both Naruto and the Raikage were able to move. And yet again, this was just the Raikage also in his first form while holding back just simply to test Naruto. Yet again, proving my point that she does not scale to even the Raikage's lower levels of speed, showing that Sakura shouldn't be relativistic or anything of that manner in terms of speed. Now, the next thing that I see a lot of people bring up when trying to bring up Sakura's speed is the whole Kaguya's arm thing when she lost control of the Ten Tails and stuff, and it ran rampant, was trying to grab everything to drain off chakra. A lot of people like to say that she dodged it, and that is extremely fast, considering both Six Paths, Naruto, and Sasuke both said that it's fast. But they failed to realize that she didn't dodge it at all and was just about to get hit by it until Six Paths Kakashi with Dual Mangekyo managed to come in with his perfect Susanoo and grab her. So, yet again, saying that she's around a lightning timer, possibly if you want to a little bit faster, is actually a pretty generous scale, considering there's nothing else to really say that she's comparable, and she doesn't really have a lot of speed traits anyway, or any mentions of speed, or even fighting people that have intense speed. So, yet again, giving her the benefit of the doubt, saying that she's around lightning timer. If not, if you want to say that she's a little bit faster, that is perfectly okay, I guess. But like I said, saying that she's around the lightning timer speed is the best that I can really do for her. But this doesn't mean that she's out of the running. Like I said, she's obviously extremely powerful, being a country level fighter with lightning-like speed. That doesn't mean that that's all she can do. Her real ability comes in effect, such as things like her summoning. She's actually able to summon a Katsuya. Katsuya, a being that has acid that's strong enough to kill Orochimaru, same person that was able to tangle with Four Tails Naruto while having no jutsu, and while having Katsuya was able to form a healing pad that was able to heal dozens, if not hundreds, of shinobi all at once. And yet again, going back to the fact that once her seal had appeared on the forehead, she wasn't constantly harboring or sending massive amounts of chakra to her forehead and was able to use her full power. She also gained the abilities that Tsunade had in terms of healing, such as her mitotic regeneration, which is the lesser form of healing, which allows her to heal cuts, stab wounds, and things of that nature with pretty much no effort at all, without weaving any hand signs or constantly have to sit there and heal herself like no medical ninja. As well as the fact that Sakura even managed to take it up to the next level, just like Tsunade as well, and even went so far as to master even the 100 healings technique, which that right there is the most broken healing ability I've seen throughout the entire series. Such as the fact that in this form, Tsunade seemingly was practically nigh immortal, to the point that there wasn't really much damage she was taking. And she was taking so little damage because it was just constantly being healed, that it even led to her being reckless on numerous occasions. And she purposely would allow her body to be pierced just for the sole purpose of gaining any form of advantage, just because she know her body would simply heal itself as long as she had the chakra to keep it sustained. But like I said, this literally made her practically not immortal, to the point we even saw her get literally bisected and split in half by it, and she was still actually alive just because she was low on chakra. It caused her to not be able to heal herself back with Katsuya. But yet again, like I said, just the fact that Sakura actually is comparable, if not even stronger than Tsunade, shows that she should have all these traits and go up just a tier above them, in fact. And that is extremely impressive, considering, like I said, at this point, that would easily show in terms of attack pulling, she's easily scaled to being a small country level fighter with speed around the speed of lightning, if not a bit faster, which shows that, yeah, she is, in fact, the strongest Kunoichi. And like I said, if you all enjoyed the video, which I really hope you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will be deciding who her opponent will be in the next video. So, see you.